Okay, I think we're live. We are live. Blessed new moon, everybody. We are into some powerful energies, new moon magic. For those of you new to this gathering, I want to introduce myself. My name is Shakti. I am the High Priestess for Luxunas and the Luxunas Sisterhood. So it is a fabulous time right now to be together, to gather together, to really cultivate these energies. And I'm so happy that you are here. So I see some people are getting on. Regina, Rayanne, Ali, hello. I am so glad. Oh my gosh, Goddess Brother, Lunar Wolfwitch, you are here. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Candy, Clancy, all of you are here. I am loving this. So as everyone is jumping on, I just want to just really welcome you to this sacred space, to this time together. There's been so much. What a week. No, what a year. What a season. And so everyone is together. And I'm just so happy to have this online with all of you. We did this so many years ago, and we are back to it now. So hi, Marcy, you made it, sister. I'm so glad. Hi, Steve, Alex, I see it now. Hi, Selena, I'm so glad you made it, Priestess. Lindsay, I see this now. So you're here. I love it. So tonight's gonna be a really fun night. We're going to talk about some things to do for these energies that are happening right now in this new moon flux. We also have a giveaway that goes along with what we're going to be doing, or what I'm going to be suggesting to you for spell work. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's get started with some really fun stuff. Allie, yeah, it has been a rough I hear you, sister. So I'm so glad you're here. Christina, you made it. So many fabulous people are on, and so welcome. So yes, really. So the world is in a dynamic space. Dynamic can either be positive or it can be not so positive. Okay. So dynamic is just in the way we're viewing things. Everything is extra charged. So it started off the dark moon in Scorpio, right? So we delved deep. I don't know how about how you did, but my dreams, let me just slow down. I'm like a little bit up. My dreams have been intense and really weird meeting people that I have met before, and just really intense energies. Like I've really been working through things or seeing things in kind of the worldview and bringing it into my own space. So it has been interesting how all of the energies of the world, the macro, the micro, right? And so here we are on our own individual spheres of influence and how the world has affected our interactions. If you have been feeling a little bit edgy lately, completely normal, because your threshold, this is kind of how I explain it to people, my in the sisterhood, your threshold levels, right? Which you're normally, you say you're pretty tolerant, maybe kind of patient person. And all of a sudden, you notice that you cannot like tolerate things as much, or, ignoring the sound or that person chatting in your ear over nothing or whatever. Right. And so you start to just get a little bit like, ooh, and it's interesting because I went to the dentist not very long ago, and my dentist said, do you grind your teeth? And I said, no, don't grind my teeth. Like Mr. Wallace, who all his teeth are like literally even because he grinds them so much. I'm like, no, I don't grind my teeth. And so she does this impression thing, and she shows me how I grind my teeth. I'm a grinder. I didn't know this, right? And she's like, well, 2020 has made a lot of people into teeth grinders. So I guess I am. Who knew? But if you've been really edgy, right? It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. And give yourself permission to feel the feels, right? It's okay to be real. It's okay to say, you know what? That person's a bitch or bastard or whatever, right? It's okay to do that. It's okay to acknowledge what you're feeling and to be mad and to go, oh, that's whatever. It's okay, because it is pulling out of you. Maybe you're in the Om and you're love and light, and you're really working on exuding that, but you have this anger that needs to be addressed, or you have this injustice that needs to be witnessed, that needs to be spoken about, and you haven't. And so all of that stuff, Scorpio just said, okay, you're not going to ignore this anymore. So here we are. What are you going to do with this? So that is what we've been feeling. And so if you've been a little bit short with the people that you love, all you need to do is just apologize and say, it's about communication. Look, I'm going through something right now, and the intensity is real. And if I come across very snippy, it isn't because I don't love you or because maybe it's you. It's simply, my tolerance levels are not where they should be. And then go do something. Have a bowl of ice cream, or watch your favorite show, or cuddle in your favorite blanket and just breathe into like beautiful music. Like before, when I was getting ready for this event tonight, we were playing Fleetwood Mac on my record player, which how often do I get to do that? Not very often. So that was such a treat for me and really lifted my vibes. So I try to do things like that when we can. And so here, Jordy's over here. She's here tonight. And so we're just in my room and we're just like having a great time getting ready for this evening. And it was just a nice reminder to take a moment, just take a moment for yourself and to listen to what you're needing, right? If you're needing to be seen, or if you're needing to be heard or validated, find the experience or give it to yourself what it is you're truthfully needing in all things. So, hi, beautiful Shelly. I think you're here. Yes, you're here. Hi, priestess. So yes, there's a lot of that, a lot of sticky. And there's also, you can tell that people are looking for, like, I swear, it makes me think of that song from Michael Jackson. You want to be starting something, you got to be starting something. You know that song? Okay. So that's what I feel like. People are trying to start things. And so it's up to you to decide, like, no, I'm not going to engage. It's not my place to help you clear this out. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth engaging? Maybe, yeah. Maybe you have something too. But for the most part, just really holding your energy will give you a powerful space of sovereignty and a space of control, right? We don't need to be out there with the chaos adding to the fire, but we have our own fires that need to be tended to. So Scorpio came, and now, from now on until Monday, we are in Sagittarius. So the fire, the arrow. And I love Sagittarius. I love them for so many reasons. But one of the really powerful things is they're really good at closing in on what needs to be focused on. They're really good at aiming true. So for tonight, we're going to go through a meditation. I'm going to put you through a little guided exercise. Nothing too fancy or frilly, but something to get you into that kind of space, right? After that, coming into Tuesday, when the crescent really starts to show in that new moon vibe, that's in Capricorn. So then you can start to put things into action, because Capricorn is very practical and applicable in taking the steps that are needed, right? Sometimes Capricorn can take on too much at once. So it's important to plan out your strategies, plan out the rest of this year and what you would like to accomplish. Because I don't know about you, but I had like a whole lot of things I wanted to accomplish this year. And what the hell? What the hell? So looking at all my papers, I feel like one of those people that grab all the papers, like, okay, now what was it? The real important things. So let's kind of get to some of that, get to being real, getting to be raw. And so that's really, really important. And so I'm looking at everybody. I love it. Yes, Mars is in Scorpio for Christina. Powerful. You guys are all amazing. So yes, so have fun with the chat, enjoy each other, really support each other. And we're going to get started. So also tonight with the giveaway, I'm also going to pull a couple cards as needed, just for the sake of where I'm guided to just kind of randomly look at a person and pull a card for. So, and for those of you who are online tonight, the giveaway is going to be shared shortly. So we'll be doing some of that. And the cards I'm going to be using are from my Whisperings of the Dark Moon deck. So that's the new one, coupled with the Whisperings of the New Moon deck that I published. Oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago, or I created a couple of years ago. Here it is. There it goes. There we go. So I have them all mixed together. Therese, our sister from Norway. Hello, beautiful. It has been a second. I see Priestess Tracy got on. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Kyra. I'm so happy to see you. So all of these amazing people are on, and I just love it. I look forward to this every month. It is something I so need. I so need this. So yes. So going back to what I said about Sagittarius, okay? the really important things. I want you to kind of reflect right now with me the beginning of the year before all the things started to be happening, just to be bringing in the new year, maybe the thoughts kind of last year. If you can kind of stretch that far, it feels like it's been at least 5 years, but try to stretch that far and to think, okay, what did I have planned? What kind of goals did I want to accomplish? How did I feel the spark of 2020, right? It was like the starting of a new decade, a new era. We even threw like a little mini family party. We had to have like a little superstition now, maybe no more family parties in the way that we did. So, so coming in with this era, right? And so we have this powerful shift that's happened. I want you to think about what you accomplished and maybe some things that were just kind of, oh, you know what, sister, we got to get real. Like we don't have time for that right now. But maybe now that we've got it, kind of are starting to acclimate to, okay, it is the new norm now to wear the mask, to, you know, douse yourself in your soap or whatever, whatever your practice is. Everyone's different, but wherever you're at, think about where you're at. Okay, wherever you're at, think about where you're at. And if it kind of is reflective to where you want it to be. Maybe some things were rushed. Maybe some things were put off. Maybe you find yourself in a whole different situation. But think back to your hopes, to desires that you may have had for this year. Okay, maybe some were accomplished, maybe some weren't. And feel the feeling of that. How excited were you to start off 2020? Can any of you remember? Can you remember like how it felt? Yeah, the pre-worldwide sickness, Lindsay. Yeah. Yeah. So think about that for a moment. I think there is a little bit of a lag. You were so excited. Okay, Regina says so excited. So I really want you, like the powerful feelings. So much has happened. I can't even remember. Going to have to deep meditate. Okay, Candy, that's cool. Oh, I love it, Tracy. Such a kick ass. I love it. She's checked off most of her list. Okay, so I want you to go back. It started off an amazing start. I love that. Yeah, I love that, Lunar Wolf Witch. So yeah, you felt like you're going to accomplish so much. So I really want you to think about that. Okay, I want you to just get into that vibe. Have you ever, I'm sure you have, but I'm just going to bring it up anyway. Have you ever felt like this feeling is so amazing? I want to feel like this all the time. I felt like that, like such an intense emotional, no, this is the great vibe. This is the stuff that you're like, oh, you know, chances are you won't be able to maintain this feeling like this intense joy or appreciation or gratitude or connection. And you really want to hold on to that, knowing that, oh, you know, it's fleeting because that's how things work in this world. But have you ever felt that way? Right? Have you ever felt that way? Get some yes. Yeah, that feeling. Okay, so so beautiful. So I love how people are sharing. I love Regina saying you love on her wedding day. Yes, yes. So I have this really cool stone. It's called Bumblebee Jasper. So to see like the illustrations and the colors, it's supposed to be mindful of Bumblebee. Bumblebee is about connecting with happiness. But here's the powerful thing about Bumblebee. You can program it to hold special memories like that. The vibe of what you feel. So think about, there was one time where I was feeling exceptionally vulnerable, and Mr. Wallace gave me the most loving words and just encompassed me in his arms. And it wasn't so much the doing, but the feeling that he generated in me. And I remember wanting to solidify that so much. I pinched myself. I literally, it sounds so weird, right? But behind like his, I had my arms around him. I pinched myself to remember that, because it's interesting how we can associate memories with pain. And when we think about painful moments, how fast are you to bring back that memory and that emotion and that feeling? But we need to reprogram ourselves now to start to remember the most intense, joyful moments. Bumblebee Jasper can help you with that. It can help to anchor in a memory. So this is going to go to one of you tonight that are live here. I will have Jordy pick randomly in the feed. So keep chatting away so she knows you're here. So this is going to go to one of you live, but I want to do that right now for all of you. Okay. So I want you to close your eyes. This is magic. It is. So with your eyes closed, I want you to just take a couple of breaths. Do it at your own pace, even though I'm saying the inhale and exhale. If you need to inhale longer, but I really want you to fill your lungs with air. So go ahead and inhale. Inhale as much as you can to where your belly is rising. And as you exhale, I really want you to empty out your lungs and just picture them like balloons deflating, like getting all of the air out. So that when you inhale again, your lungs can actually go even more than they did before. Really pulling in that air, thinking this is probably the deepest breath you've taken all day. And as you exhale, really collapsing your lungs, bringing in your belly. Breathe like a little baby, inhaling again and really filling your lungs and your belly with air. Oh, just stretching your lungs out to its max capacity. And hold it. And as you exhale, I want you to close your eyes now, and I want you to look in and up towards your third eye. The powerful space to activate your pineal gland. And in that space, I want you to think about what we just talked about. I want you to feel about what we just talked about. The hope of a brand new year. How you felt, the excitement, the joy, pre all of the chaos and the triggers and the growing and the shifting. I want you to get to a powerful space where you have felt like if this was your last moment on the earth, it would have been fulfilled in that very moment. Your life would have been expressed to its fullest. I invite you, if you can't think of anything offhand, just imagine what a moment like that would feel like. Breathe into that moment. Try to recapture it, the feeling, what it looked like, what it sounded like, were there tastes involved? How did your body feel? Were you wearing something special? And where you felt it in your body. What type of emotion was it? Were there several? Picture now, feel now that powerful, vibrant energy. Let it pour into you as it's been in your memory, in your recounting in your brain. Let it go into your mind. Now let it feel your cells. Let all the drama and trauma of this year wash away like a gentle breeze. Let it just blow away. And in this very moment, you are encapsulated in that memory. Let it fill you. Smile if it makes you want to smile. Laugh if it makes you want to laugh. Be there. Now say with me the words, I now proclaim this reality. I now proclaim this vibration as the measure of my joy. This is my reality. This is my truth. This is my natural state of being. And I welcome more of these moments in abundance to me. Proclaim it now. Let it be now. Invite this in. Shift your reality now. Adjust your timeline. Let it be powerful and move through you. Touch the part of your body where you feel it most. Is it your heart chakra, your throat? Is it your face, your tummy? Where? Wrap your arms around your body. Breathing into the space now. Knowing that it is etched as a body memory. It is etched in you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now, one lucky person will win this Bumblebee Jasper. Now, if you don't win, any choice stone or crystal that you identify as joyful, as something that feels that solidifies the memory or what you just worked with now. How do you feel in your body, first of all? How does that feel? So anything that would resonate with that, I want you to anchor that there. So I want you to go through this process again, doing it like we did right now. And I want you to then hold that. If you need to replay this to help you, please do so. And I want you to program that crystal or stone with that. So that each time you have a challenging moment, if you have illusion in you where you feel like all the things that are happening around you are your truth, that you can pick up that and anchor in that memory. You look at it and go, oh my gosh, yes, this. And it may be challenging at first trying to recall the memory, but your body will sync with that. And you will notice that the intense energy will kind of taper off a little bit. And you won't feel it as intense like you did before. Oh, I love it. My legs became restless with the feeling of dancing. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. That gave me chills. Very emotional. Okay, yeah, I love that. Oh, I'm so glad, Goddess brother. Yes. So we all need that, right? We need to remember this is our true state of being. Okay. It's not how we drive when we get in the car. Right? It isn't. It isn't how we interact in the grocery store. It isn't how when we're at work and a person's really, we have a rude customer or a rude exchange. It isn't any of that. That's a reaction to something. That's a trigger of some story or an identification of something we've identified as meaning this, right? So this is beautiful. And I love this exercise. And I really encourage you to make it, anchor it in. So the way you would do that again, this kind of stone, another stone. Let's see what I got in here. I have all these stones. You can even use, another one, sunstone, like, the sun. Look at that really cool piece of sunstone I have. So this is another, I love sunstone because it just reminds me of the sun. And there are some days where, when you cast that, the ray of sunlight comes in through your window. And there's some days in the morning, like I'm making my bed and I will see that beautiful ray start to come in our window. And I will just stand in it with my eyes closed, with your eyes closed, and you can kind of see like the reddish and the hues of the sunlight. And I just picture myself receiving a blessing from the sun and a blessing from the universe. And so think about how much it takes for that sun ray to get to our earth, right? It's not so close, but it's not that far. And so sunstone is another go-to. Yes. So Rayanne, I love you, sweetie. So she says, it's so sad how quickly we can forget the extreme joys and how easily we remember everything else. With some practice, we can definitely turn that around. Yes. And that is the new reality we are starting to work on. Right? Why not? Why not? Why does it always have to be something that's painful? It's very fast to remember that. But joy and love and intense, extreme happiness and blissfulness can be just as attainable as remembering. Okay, so yes. Oh, there we go. Trollite. That's I believe Priestess Tracy, we need to do a nice what is the word? For our next newsletter. That may need to be something that we talk about. I think I have a piece of trollite too. I believe this is this. So do you have all these crystals? I have them at the go, when I'm working at them at the ready. So I think this is trollite. Look at that nice piece. It's a heart. I love that. I think I'm gonna do that too. Like what Priestess Tracy said, she anchored that in there. Okay, so Jordy just texted me. The winner of the Bumblebee Jasper is Lunar Wolf Moon. Congratulations, Goddess Brother. This is yours. And so to know that this has been here with me, charged with the exercise we just did, it's going to be that much more powerful for you to utilize when you receive it and anchor in your memory there. So this is going to you. I love it. Congratulations. So now we can have a little bit of fun. Good things happen to good people. Remember that. I love that so much. So yes, we need a little bit of support. We need a little bit of encouraging words. So now that we have the thing, okay, so we did the memory. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm already shuffling cards. I'm so excited. So let's get busy. So now that you have that focus, okay, what's important? What's important is to remember your life is not just all of these events that are taking place in the world or the things that you've had to adjust and shift. Your life in this very moment is filled with joy. It's filled with people who care about you and love you and support that literally you may not have to go out of your home for now. You have right here all these amazing, powerful people. A lot of them, most of them, I believe, are in the sisterhood even. I haven't really had a chance to look at all the chat, but I see a lot of sisterhood members there. So you have powerful, powerful, magical people who are in support of you on this chat right now. So think about the gift of that. Think about the gift of, even if you're watching this in replay, the energy that is exchanged for you here. So you are supported. You are supported to remember all the things that are worthy of you. Okay. So no matter what happens in the world, you can be your own center. You can be your own world. And your world can be full of amazing things. So I love that. Yes. So now what I want you to do is in these next couple of days, I want you to take something that you may not have accomplished. Of course, Priestess Tracy has accomplished most of everything. So I love that. So for those of you who are like her, ambitious go-getters, you may have just a couple of things you need to figure out. But for us of us, well, like me anyway, there may be some things that maybe got pushed to the wayside. Like, okay, we'll work on that a little bit later. That you now need to bring into focus. So what you're going to do tonight and for the next day is you're going to ask a blessing upon the remainder of 2020 and your workings. Okay, so the way you're going to do that is kind of the same way. You can grab a crystal or a stone, something that will solidify and anchor it for you. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I often find sometimes tangibles, reminders are a helpful way to go, oh yes, to bring you back to center when things are pulling your energy, right? So that's a wonderful way to do that. If not, that's okay. But I want you to really bring in the energies using Sagittarius, the fire, and ask yourself, out of all the things I need to do this year or that didn't get done or that I still have on my list of to-dos, what is the most important? Where should I house my energy for the remaining of this year? Okay. And in doing so, I want you to write that down. So let's do that right now, really quickly. I want you to think about, so grab a paper or grab your phone or whatever, and ask yourself, out of all the to-dos I have for the rest of the year, okay, I'm going to be shuffling cards as I'm talking. What needs the most attention and what is the most important? Where do I need to focus? Okay. So think about that. Okay. You got it? Did you get it? Did you write it down? I really wanted you to do it. This is not a hypothetical or maybe some, no, really, really do it. Do it. Got it? I got some people saying, yep. Okay. So, yes. So there we go. Oh, God has blessed you. So wonderful, Christina. You have a Bumblebee Jasper. Yay. It's a long list. Okay. And this is where you need to ask yourself, out of this list I have, we'll use Christina as an example. She said she has a long list. So out of that long list you have, really pull in, because now you're in a really powerful space. You just experienced something really amazing. So in this space, you're connected to your high self in a very powerful way. You're always connected, but the receptivity on both ends, now you can really receive what it is you need to. So ask yourself, out of everything, and ask your high self even, out of everything that has been on the list this year, what is the most important that I need to focus on? All right. It may even change. You got that? I love all the emojis. You guys are so sweet. Okay. So now that you have it, make some action steps towards it. Okay. So Tuesday, we go into Cappy. The new moon will be in Capricorn, the sliver, right? Like the sliver, like my necklace here. The sliver will be in Capricorn. Take some action steps towards it. Okay. If it's to read that book that has been sitting on your nightstand, read a first chapter, right? All right. You got to write it down. So I want you to come up with 3 things right now, 3 action steps that you will take. And they can start on Tuesday if you like, or they can even start before then, because we're kind of getting into that arrow. So maybe you need to take that first shot, right, towards your bullseye. Okay, so Mooncat is saying she has just one thing that she needs to focus on. She just needs to get back in. Oh, Christine, I do have a book to read. That's right. Listen to Priestess Tracy. You can do it, y'all. I love her little y'all. So yes, you can. All right. So think of 3 things. 3 things that you can do. Steps. Write them down. Don't keep them in your head. Okay, so Therese has 5 books. Maybe that's not the most important thing right now. What will you do between now and Tuesday? And then after you get to Tuesday, I really want you to celebrate what you've done, the action steps you've taken, and write 3 more down. Now, here's the thing. It's so great is that they don't have to be like these huge goals, or they can be, but just something to just say, okay, you know what? I'm going to pick up that book and I'm going to read a chapter, right? And you may find a couple of chapters in, maybe there was a reason why it sat on your nightstand for so long, or maybe it was simply because you were busy. Sometimes, maybe you're already getting the energies of the vibes of the book while just it being on your nightstand. Happens a lot to me. But sometimes I will say, yeah, I need to go back. I need to read it. So there you go. All right. So Candy, you have your list. I see your list, sister. So out of those things, what is the most important that pushes itself to the top of the priority? So this is not about inundating ourselves with the whole list. Let's get back to focus. It's about the most important. I said book as an example, but that book could have been really important to a person who needed to read it, right? But out of your list of things to do, what is calling to you? Right? That priority. Then you can always revisit things, come if you want to, and you make your resolutions or whatever, your goals for the year. I really don't like the word resolution, but your goals for the year, your planning for the year, you can always put those in there. So Marcy, you have the most amazing paintings and crafties. I love it. Books always. So what in the priorities list? And it could be spiritual. It could be a little physical to do. It could be calling that person you haven't been wanting to call to make amends. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be an actual, since I think all of us here are like book readers, but vision board. Oh, cute. Yeah. So whatever it is. Okay. So for Jordy, she said, make paper flowers for apartment. Is it really the flowers, or is it sprucing up your apartment and the decor? So you're saying yes. So maybe you want to share it in the chat. So that kind of stuff. Okay. So I'm going to pull a card, and I am getting guided to pull a card for Priestess Tracy. She's the first person that came to my head. Love it. So make sure you work on that vision board. Yeah, those vision boards are powerful. I have 2 right here next to my desk. I have something super cool to share with you guys. You guys want to see it? You guys want to see it? Yes, yes or no? Let me know. So oh my gosh, 2007, 2008. It was 2008. I had this dream, powerful dream. Yes, I will show you. I have it right here too. I don't know if you'll be able to see it all, but okay. So I had this powerful dream, and it was so real. You know, those dreams that that they're more than dreams, and they're so real. You're like, there's something to this. And I dream about this home, this big, beautiful house, right? This is when I was living back in Arizona, Lunar Wolf Witch. I think right down the street from, I was living in Goodyear by Litchfield. And I had this dream about this home. And it was funny because we had just bought a home not very long before then. And so it was interesting that I would have the dream like this. I thought, I don't think we're going to be staying here. As sad as I was, at this new home that we bought. Well, lo and behold, a lot of things happened. If you guys remember 2008 and the whole bust of the way the world with real estate and the market just went really bad. And Mr. Wallace had to get a job outside of Arizona. So we left. And I was guided, and I'm not a drawer by any means. I was guided to draw the home in my dream that happened in 2008. So the other day I was looking for something in my closet, and I came across some papers. We do that, us magic folk, we like have lots of papers, lots of lots of channeling stuff and whatever. And I came across this. Now, I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I think you can. Maybe if I pull back a little bit more. No, my gosh, you can't see it. Well, what this is, all right, kind of can see a little bit. It's hard to tell. All right. I can't even go forward. Can I go forward? Yeah, you can see it better here this way. For those of you who've been to Crow's Landing, that's Crow's Landing, where I live right now. I currently live. So you can kind of see it better now. Okay. So that's where I currently live. Look at Selena. Selena knows, so she can see it, right? And I say up here pool, which is funny because that's actually Crow's River. It's not a pool, a pool. And I even wrote down football field. I saw a big football field here on the side right here. And we call this part of our land a football field because it's like as long as a football field, and it's, well, maybe not as long, but pretty long, almost like a football field. I don't know how the measurements are, but we call it the football field. And I found this, and it blew my mind. And so things are possible with vision boards, right? It was a dream, but what you put your energy into and what you do not allow the world to tell about, you make real. You are magic. So I had to share that with you because it was like a reminder, of like the things that people go, oh, yeah, it's believe what you want, but there's a lot of things you have to do a process. No. Believe what you desire and hold on to that and keep that. And for a while I let it go, right? Because life happens and it's okay. What, kind of move on, and we moved and all these things happened, and it was tearful. It was hard to move away from Arizona. But did I know like how many years later? Was it literally how many years later? No, was it 2008 or was it even before? No, I make a mistake. It was before 2008. Or was it?
I think it was before 2008. I think it was like
2007. It was something like that. But the whole point is, years later, And here we are. Time is weird. It's kind of hard to account for time. Yes.
10 years later, exactly 10 years later.
Was it 10 years later?
Because he moved.
No, it was less than 10 years later. It was 12 years later, I think. Anyways, okay, the whole point of the story. Yes, it starts with your belief. And if you already think of the reasons why it can't happen, or the loopholes, like the things that wouldn't work, you're already defeated. So what made it so possible for me was it was a dream, right? You can't control your dreams, or you can if you're really working in lucid dreaming, but it was a dream. And I wrote it down because it was so intense. It was so intense. See that key? It was so intense. The feeling I felt like it was home, and I just knew this place. So that when we walked in Crow's Landing for the first time for real, I knew that this is home. Like, this is our home. I didn't know how. It was our home. So going back to reality and really defining your reality, that's what this whole night is about. It's not about getting lost in the chaos, whether it was created by you or not. It's not getting lost in that. It's getting anchored into your truth and into your power. It doesn't matter what other people say or believe around you. You listen, you pay attention to the world. I'm not saying go into ostrich phase, right? But pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your magic. Creating your reality is powerful. Oh, geez. Okay, so here we go. Priestess Tracy got 3 cards. One was upside down. That means a little bit of a block. So powerful. You're in that process of creating. It says breathing in new energies. Close your eyes and imagine, and beware of the energy that you are giving. So close your eyes and imagine. They're wanting you to actually solidify it by not just thinking about the things, but visiting it. So that's what it was, upside down, but it wasn't really a block. It's more about the way that you're imagining it. They want you to go like into the space as it's already happened and what it feels like in that space, the time, or even no time, the space, and really anchoring in that powerful magic to know that it happened. It is here. Kind of like going back in wonderment and going, wow, what the heck? That really happened. You know, it was like, I was in awe. It was like, but there was no pressure because it already happened. And I had forgotten about it. So that's how you create realities very powerfully. There isn't pressure behind it. You just allow it to unfold and you get out of your way. Right. And then you're in wonderment, like, yeah, wow, that happened. That was cool. Let's do it again. You know, it's something different. So they want you to breathe in the new energies, breathe into it. So breathe life into it and beware of the energy that you're giving. They're saying that you're spraying yourself too much, too far, spreading yourself too thin. So again, there's the laser-like focus from Sagittarius, the focus of the arrow. What bullseye do you want to hit first? That's what it comes down to. What bullseye, Priestess Tracy, do you want to hit first? Okay. So there you go. And the trace is yours. Cindy D. Cindy D, I am going to pull some cards for you, love. I am so happy you're here. Everybody, I'm so happy everybody is here. And this goes for everybody. What do you choose your bullseye to be? Okay, so let me see as this is going. I want to say Cindy D. There we go. Three cards for you. All right, so here we go. The first is to give to those who appreciate. Magic happens when you allow it in your life and trust and surrender. So what's happening right now is you are also spending a lot of time with people who aren't appreciating or seeing you for your worth and your value. And they're saying that it's important to see your worth and to proclaim your worth. It's actually vital to do that. And magic happens when you allow it. So there's a lot of logical, but how? The show me, I'll believe it when I see it type of thing. And what they're saying is, no, sometimes love, You see it after you've believed it. So they say to trust and surrender. That's your final card. And all surrender doesn't mean like you just go, okay, I'll surrender in this resolve. It means surrendering to those things that you know you can't control and stop trying to control them. It means allowing yourself to receive those things that are meant for you. Instead of being passed over, there's passing over. Somebody allowing yourself to be passed over, self-sacrificing. You're no longer needing that experience. You've done it enough and you know what it feels like. It's time for you now. Okay? And Alex, I am so happy to hear that. Alex, yes, because I don't know how many readings you've had. No judging. I'm just super, super excited. You are welcome, Cindy. Yeah, I am so super excited, Alex, because yeah, your writing is needed in this world. Okay, I am just waiting for the books. Literally, I love it so much. Okay, Lindsay C, your turn. Lindsay. Woo! These cards just popped right on out. Okay. Ooh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. So they're all upright and they say unlock your hidden talent. So there are some things that you still have not discovered about yourself. You have some talents locked away, sister, that need to come out. The moon always The moon allows the dark so that we may shine, and every moment counts in the weaving of your masterpiece. So you're going into the space of like, okay, you know, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of my time. You feel like you're having to hurry, but you don't know for what, because you're doing the same things. You're kind of in the same routine, and they're saying, okay, so this is why you're feeling the sense of urgency. It's because a hidden talent is trying to come to the forefront. And it sounds like, well, maybe this, well, maybe this. What they're saying is, instead of trying to guess logically what would fit currently into your life, understand that sometimes things come to us that aren't really necessarily a fit yet. But they will be as after we've made the shift into them. So you're changing. And so whatever this is that's coming to you, it's going to fit into the new shifting that you've created for yourself. So they're saying it's okay to go into the dark a little bit to allow the light to come through, meaning you don't have to know all the things ahead of time to plan for it all. Just move with it. Okay. So ask yourself, okay, if I could do anything, what would it be? And you may or may not get an answer, and that may not be the answer, but it's about allowing yourself to open up to possibilities beyond what you think is possible. Okay. At your current state of being, because they say you're shifting and you're shifting quickly. So be open to the magic that's calling for you. Okay. Take notes. Just take notes. Because they say every moment counts. So you're not wasting your time with where you're at currently. Every part is a powerful part of the moment of the tapestry. Every part is the weaving that's necessary for your life. Okay? I love it. Oh, my third eye. That's my bindi. The lighting sometimes doesn't allow for it. You just see it all clearly, but yeah, that's my bindi. Okay, I'm going to pull one more. We're at 650. I got Marcy. Marcy, you still on with me, girlfriend? And remember, Sisterhood members, we will be having Priestess Shalmadine read for us directly after this. So yes, love, it's your turn. For those who don't get a reading from me here, you can always go to the Sisterhood, those who are Sisterhood members. And those who are interested in becoming Sisterhood members in spring, we are open. It's both female and male. We're open to all, even those who consider themselves maybe both transgendered, all are welcome into the Sisterhood. So you can apply at springtime. Membership is free. I'll ask that you answer the questions when the time comes. So love it. Okay, Marcy. Ooh, girl, you got some cards. You got 4 cards. Okay. So, have you wanted to open an Etsy store? Have you opened an Etsy store? Because I don't know if you have an Etsy. I keep saying Etsy store or some sort of store. They're saying you have some talents to share with the world. Connect with the deep, knowing that transcends space and time. Ground with Mother Earth. Return to the mother. She is waiting. And time to unleash your creativity. And this one was upside down. So what they're saying in all of this, right? All this creativity, this magic, there's so many possibilities that are surrounding you. That you need to ground what you've created. Okay. Ground it. You know how to do that well, sister. And then return to the mother. There's more instruction for you. Okay. There's more waiting for you. But they're saying that there's some enterprise, something that is calling you to really start to present forward. I know that you were so creative. For those of you who, oh my gosh, I was like, Marcy, if you feel like sharing your Instagram handle, it's so powerful. She does these beautiful cookies that are like phenomenally decorated. I'm constantly showing my daughters, like, look at this. I mean, it's just amazing. But there's something else. There's something more. Maybe you want to expand it. You want to do more with it. There's something else. So they're saying, start paying attention. You did, and you closed it. Sister, they're saying it's time to reopen it again or something different. So sit with those energies and see what comes to you. Yes, 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 yes. So good. So Marcy, if you feel like sharing your Instagram, I know that you would get some people to love to follow you because her stuff is so amazing. The things that she creates. So good. So good. Okay. So that's it for tonight. No, girlfriend, you better get all those cutters out of the attic. Do not hide away your joy. You're so good at that. You are so good at that. So remember, we do these every new moon, every month. So be back in December for more ways to do some spell work, some intention, some magic, some meditation. I don't know what we'll be doing for December, but something fun will be coming through. So until then, remember what's important. Remember what is calling to you. Remember your joy, the extreme joy, not just those pockets of woohoo. No, the amazingness that makes life worth living, that makes all of this meaningful. And that is the magic in you. You can create that. You control that. That is yours. Nobody can take that from you. Those moments that are already etched in you, that are etched in your soul, they are part of you. Take a moment to anchor in that joy. Take a moment to anchor in those things that are going to give you the forward movement. Take the action steps towards your goals and finish off this 2020 in the most powerful way. We'll talk more about 2020 next month, and I will be having a bigger giveaway for all of those live for next month. So until then, connect on the Moon Alchemy group, and it kind of lets you know when it is. I try to do it right at the new moon, but if not, it'll be on a Friday or Monday if it's on a weekend, the new moon. So until then, stay well, stay healthy, stay blessed, and have a magical, magical rest of the month. Mwah, so much love.